Hello everyone, this is Lorena, and I'm back with another video for Vanguard Zero. It's time for the shutdown art to continue. Now give me a moment. I believe there's a part before this that I have to get to. Okay, yeah, it's this one, Eternal Marionette. Marionette. I think it's Marionette. Eternal Marionette. No. Eternal Marionette. Eternal, whatever. Let's begin. I know exactly how this is going to go. Only the strongest fighters will be allowed to join with us. Asaka. She's reversed. Welcome to my stage. I'm so glad you can make it. I've been waiting such a long time for this. For the opportunity to card fight you on my own terms. Suiko, I think you should stay back here for now. Of course. Well, what do you say? It is time for us to pull up the curtains and start the show. With this deck, I'll defeat you, Rin, and make you mine, and mine alone. It's time. You'll be needing your deck. I'm looking forward to this. Before too long, there'll be a new member performing in my circus. And he'll be mine for eternity. Asaka, you know you can't beat me, right? That just proves you know nothing. You wouldn't say that if you saw what was in this deck. You must be able to feel it. The energy hidden within these cards. Quit denying the inevitable. Nothing can stop me from making you my little puppet. And then we'll finally have our first dance together. I had no idea you wanted to lead Asteroid. I didn't expect that. Why can't you just admit you don't know everything, Rin? You know nothing about me. You don't care. And yet I've wasted years of my life trying to make you happy, despite the fact that the only person that you care about is you. I can still remember the first time I met you outside. At first, I thought you were weird. You had trouble opening an automatic door. Really? Are you sure that was me? I knew you'd say that, even though it's only been a few years since that day. So much has happened. I've trained so hard, been through so many fights, with so many tough competitors. You gave me the support I needed to keep going, to be closer to you. And so I put everything I had into my training. I wanted to make it onto the Team Asteroid roster. But then, you dumped anyone who lost. You looked at me like I was dirty, like I was totally worthless to you. You tossed losers aside like garbage. Uh-huh. I did that? But I've changed, haven't I? What a joke. You're exactly the same. Nothing's changed since then. Nothing. I could read it in your eyes that you won't accept weakness. That you only have room for the strongest. It doesn't matter how hard I try. You'll never look at me the same way you look at them. But I've changed. I refuse to be someone else's puppet, to be forced to take the stage by myself. I've decided to say goodbye to the old Asaka for good. For today, I shall defeat you. For today, I shall defeat you on this spot. I guess you've forgotten. After all these years, you've never managed to beat me even once. You're right. No matter how hard I've trained, you've had my number since the day we met. Not to mention the fact that I barely made it onto the championship team. What's the matter, Asaka? I've been following your play since we opened the main selection camp, and I'm not impressed. At this rate, it won't be too long before you're overtaken by Suiko Tatsunagi. I'm sorry, I have to do better. I know what you're capable of, but you need to keep your motivation up and put in some effort. I will. I wouldn't want you to think that just because you are a member of the winning national team, that your spot can't be taken by someone else in the organization. It's obvious you really look up to Rin. How would you feel if you couldn't fight alongside him anymore? No way, I won't let that happen no matter what. I've been with Rin since I started here, and I couldn't imagine leaving his team. Korea, come card fight me. And you can bring the rest of your lackeys. Now hurry up. Arg. Ugh. Ugh. Uh-huh. Humph. Impressive. It's time to announce our team. This year's successful candidates for the high school championship squad are Rin Suzugimori, Suiko Tatsunagi, and finally Asaka Narumi. Losing is not an option for Fukuhara Asteroid, and I know that this group has the skills to win. I promise I'm going to do whatever it takes to pull my weight, Rin. I can't even tell you how relieved I was to hear I'd made it. But I've come so far in the last few weeks, and it really paid off today. This cardfight club wouldn't be the same without me, and Rin must be starting to realize that. You're sure looking happy, Asaka. Of course, I'm just glad I was able to win some big matches for you. Yeah, I am too. There were some great card fights. And Aichi was incredible, wasn't he? Uh-huh. It's amazing how much better he's gotten. And he's only gonna keep improving. You could learn from him. Well, sure, I guess so. I'm glad you agree. You know, if he joined Asteroid, we'd be unstoppable. It's a shame he won't. Maybe one day. I was such a fool to think that you would ever notice me. I could get us the championship and you wouldn't even look at me. But I found a way to get your attention. A way to finally force you to care. Yes, if I can defeat you with this new power of mine, you'll have no choice but to stay by my side. You're wrong about everything. Huh? I'll ask once. Whoever said that I wasn't watching you? Why are you looking at me like that? Just give up, Asaka. Because the punishment for making me angry will not be light. Oh, I just randomly stopped talking again. I didn't mean to do that, but at least this time I remembered I was recording. I was just thinking about things, and I forgot that I shouldn't be thinking about things while recording. But you know, the loading screen and all that. Of course I would forget here and there. Yeah, because the loading screen does everything, doesn't it? Not really, I know that. That's kind of ridiculous to act like that the loading screen is a problem. No, it's not the loading screen, I'm just a bit weird. Asaka, we've known each other since I first started building this organization. And we've been on the same team since Team Asteroid was formed. The Asia Circuit? That's right, and naturally we were invited to compete. Asaka, you're coming with us, aren't you? Of course, you can count on me, Rin. Tetsu said he's not playing with the team anymore. Huh? I'm far too busy with the business to take part. I'll travel with you, but I've recruited a replacement fighter to fill my spot. A replacement? A Toshiki Kai. He didn't have a team for the circuit, so we invited him to come. But still, why? With me and Kai around, winning the Asia Circuit will be a piece of cake. Then, where does that leave me? Bothered that she is just around to warm the bench, Asaka exclaims to Tetsu that she will not live in Kai's shadow. On the other hand, Rin believes that Asaka will do her best, as she hates to lose. I'm very disappointed in you. I never thought I'd see the day when you'd want to control me. I'll make you my own personal puppet, to do with as I please. I'll win. I'll win for sure. That's right. Beat him. You're stronger than he is. If you defeat Rin, your wish will come true. He'll be yours forever. So beat him. Beat him. Beat him. Beat him. You think you're good, but I'm gonna crush you. I can hear voices ordering me to seek out the greatest card fighters on the planet and bend them to the will of the void. That's my mission and the reason I challenged you. Asaka. It's not Asaka. Call me Your Highness. You mean a lot to me, and I won't lose you. That's the reason I'm gonna bring you back myself. Stand up, the Vanguard. Okay, I need something to drink real quick. And it's time for the card fight, dude. Look at this hand. For some reason, I just don't want to... No. Wait, why, though? No, okay, fine. You know, I could have at least returned Swordbreaker. I'm gonna ride her, though. I needed a grade 1 to ride to. Okay. Give me a moment. I'm gonna kick Asaka's ass. But I do think that she, has some justification for how she's feeling. Did she want to make Ren into our puppet? Well, no. But, I mean, I understand how she feels. I definitely understand how she feels, but she should know Ren she should know Ren very, very well at this point. You know, when you have Asaka on your home screen, hold on a second. Her non-reverse variant will actually say that sometimes Rin calls her queen or your highness, and that's weird. Yeah, she says that if she's on your home screen. Now, obviously, I'm not sure exactly when, I'm not sure how often he does that, but I think it's just to tease her a bit. Because I think a lot of things are just, I think he does a lot of things just to tease her. Like, all of the things that just drove her nuts. I think he's really just playing around and not trying to be too serious about things. I don't think he's trying to hurt her. He's just not the type to be very serious. He likes things to be, relaxed, and he likes to have his freedom and shit. Standard Sagittarius Sun right there. I mean, what? I mean, Ren's birthday is in December. Early December. I think it's December 12th, but I can't remember for sure. I can't remember for sure. I have almost nothing in common with this zodiac sign as it's described. But, I mean, to some extent, I'm actually wondering how true that claim is. Because I do have a Gemini moon, and I get bored so easily. Although, that's kind of normal when it comes to that... When it comes to those... Okay, both signs get bored easily. That's the thing. Gemini and Sagittarius, they just both get bored. But especially me. And it's like... I feel like some people might wonder how intelligent I am. Just based on the fact that I have an ego with my intelligence, so that might not indicate that I actually have any. For the most part, I can kind of understand why someone would have that belief. Because I just seem kind of full of myself. But on the other hand, I'm just like... I was thinking ahead, and for some reason, I just wasn't paying attention when I did that. That's kind of weird, don't you think? I don't normally think ahead like that, and, you know, I had to explain it. But it did actually happen at one point. Recently, as you might imagine. And normally when I think ahead, you see it with my card plays. Like, I lost a duel recently because I summoned Dark Rebellion, but I forgot to use its effect. Because in my head, I was planning to use its effect to have my opponent's Dark Rebellion, and I changed to the battle phase before I did that. What kind of insanity is this? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Well, obviously, it's because I'm insane. I don't think I'm entirely in my right mind these days. Sometimes I wonder what's going on up there. Sometimes I wonder if I need help. Do I need professional help? I'm sure some people think I do. And, I mean, I understand because sometimes I wonder that myself. Like, seriously, am I okay? But I really don't think that most people would, I don't think it would be easy to explain that. Because I seem pretty controlled. Even at the end of season 2, I still seemed like I was well within my control. Which I think is one of the most terrifying things ever, considering how angry I was. And then, by the end of it, I was back to normal, and I was like, oh, I was just, expressing myself. I'm fine. Yeah, all of that emotion, just to act like I'm suddenly chilling, okay? Okay, sure. But yeah, the Gemini-Sagittarius axis, they both get bored. Very easily. Gemini moons need a lot of mental stimulation. So it's a good thing I have a lot of that. Because otherwise I'd get bored. It kind of keeps my Taurus sun from being, too predictable. And too stuck in my ways. Asaka, I'll only say this once, so you better listen carefully. You'll only say this once, knowing that she's going to forget this after you say it. Okay, sure. I mean, you said to Suiko, I mean, you obviously know she's not going to remember. But I guess Suiko says it to her later. I guess she says it to her later, to be honest. Suiko was a bit of a tease, but I think she did explain things to her. Asaka, I'll only say this once, so you better listen carefully. Stay by my side. I need you. With Rin's attacks, the hold reverse had on Asaka begins to weaken. She remembers the times when she was stronger just because Rin was there. Rin shouts, "This is it! Come back!" And with a final attack, purges the reverse from Asaka. Asaka, are you okay? For some reason my head's killing me right now. What happened to me? Was there something going on in here? I figured you wouldn't remember. Huh? I can explain later. Oh, hey, Rin. Hold on. This may be a silly question, but why do I get the feeling I did something to make Rin angry? Yeah, I wonder why. Wait, what do you mean? So, did I didn't happen to say anything rude to you earlier, did I? Your Highness. What? I can't believe it. Please, you've got to tell me what I did. Asaka? Yes? Welcome back. Oh, thanks. That said, if you ever do this again... Okay, let's get moving. You two ready? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And this season is making me feel weird. Maybe that's... Is the void responsible for this? Is it actually doing something to me? It sounds insane, but you guys have to understand. There are things that shouldn't be happening that are, and that makes no sense. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap things up for this video. And the next video, it sounds like Tetsu is next.